All right. Yay. We're here to talk to you guys about travel. We're so excited about free vacations and discounted vacations. And you're talking to two people who live for their vacations. Yep.
For
Yeah.
sure.
You see Shelly and I share all the time of all the vacations that we're taking, and our goal in life is to get as many people on vacation as possible, right?
Fact.
So, yeah, we're so excited that Ternant has released a super secret travel club that anybody can be part of. But we want to share first what we're most excited about with this. And I think I am most excited that every year I get a voucher for a totally free vacation worth $1,500 to $2,000, even though I've paid less than half that. What got you most excited, Shelly?
I'm very excited for the cruise deals.
Oh,
I would love to go on more cruises, and if I can get a deal on a good cruise, let's bring it on.
I know, and there's excursion credits too that you get
Oh,
with that. So
very true.
that is very, very amazing. All right, so I'm going to take a minute. I'm going to show you some examples of some of the crazy, amazing things that we get and how we get this. So one of the first ones that I'm going to share that we have is this is a travel portal, just like when you go to the really popular online booking place that starts with an E that everybody uses. They go on there and they look for deals for on vacations, right? So when we've been comparing what we have in Toronto Travel, which is private, that not everybody can use, you have to be part of this club to be able to get in there. Here's an example. Florida Keys saving $3,320 for a vacation. Chad and I in what was it, January of 2023, we rented a car and we flew into Miami and we rented a car and we drove down the Florida Keys and we stayed 2 nights in Key West. The price of that little trip cost us way more than what we've ever spent going to Riviera Maya, Mexico for a week. The Keys are crazy expensive, Key West, very expensive. So had this existed, I would not have spent $450 a night at Margaritaville, let me tell you. So this is an amazing deal and just an example of comparing what Trinont Travel would be compared to the um, the popular online booking site that everybody uses. So that's just one example. The next one that really got me jacked out of my mind was Aruba. And I have always wanted to go to Aruba. But part of the problem with Aruba is it's freaking expensive. And when we go on vacation, we take all the kids, we take my mom, a lot of people go. So we usually end up in Riviera Maya in Mexico, which is great. You can get some great deals there for about $1,000 a person. Aruba has always been a little out of reach. We'd rather take more vacations with more people than one big expensive vacation. So when I saw that Aruba was one of the places that we would get a free vacation every year, I just about died. So when I looked at Trinont Travel, they had a full all-inclusive week in Aruba at a very popular destination. I can't share the name of the destination or the online booking site that we're comparing this to for compliance purposes. But if you want to know, send me a message. I'll tell you exactly where these are and I'll show you the screenshots with the names. So this all-inclusive on Trinont Travel is 2,863. But when you went to this popular online booking site that everybody uses, starts with an E, that one, $6,000 for the week. And this is a place that I get to go for free next year being part of this. So I cannot believe this. I just pinch me, like seriously pinch me. Absolutely incredible. Let's say, you know what, Becky, I don't travel out of the country. I stay in the United States. Fantastic. Load the kids up in the car and drive down to Orlando because there's cruises not cruises. Shelly has me on cruises. Condos, full week condos down in Orlando for $300 to $400 a week. I can't imagine, like, that is so, you cannot find any hotel or a resort for that. And the thing that I've always loved about condos with the kids is that you have a kitchen and you can make a lot of your own meals. You have laundry, you have a living room. Like, I love the idea of having a condo over having a hotel room. There's just so much more you can do and you can save so much money that way as well. But those condo deals are amazing. And if you're like me and you are not a Disney person, sorry, Tina Joy Carroll, I've never taken my kids to Disney. I've taken them to like Honduras and Belize and those places, but I have never taken them to Disney. So we would probably go somewhere else. But here's where you could find me on a girls' weekend: Miami Beach. So if you're not interested in the Orlando scene, Miami Beach has condos for $700 for the entire week on the water. Can you imagine going for a girls' weekend and splitting that 4 ways, $700 for a week? I can't think of anything less expensive than doing something like that and being on the water and having a pool. So the condos, I think, are some of the best deals I've seen. I saw Waikiki Beach in Hawaii, $1,000 for the week for a condo in Waikiki, Hawaii. Like that is so cheap for Hawaii. You would not find a hotel for 7 days that would get you at that price, especially having your own kitchen where you can make some of your own meals too. I hear you talk
Sorry.
crazy. Okay, now let's say you don't go to Florida, you don't travel much at all. What does it look like to have a hotel in Wisconsin, where Shelly and I are from? So I think I'm going to try and mute you for just a second. There we go. Sorry, just because the dog was barking really loud. You can unmute yourself. All right, so let's say you just want to go to like Milwaukee, Wisconsin. You want to go there for the zoo. You want to take your grandkids or your kids to the zoo. This is a location that I looked on Trinont Travel. It was $217 the first weekend in June. So it's like a popular time coming in on summer. I checked the same nights, same hotel. So $217 it was for Trinont Travel. When I looked at the popular booking site that starts with an E, that one was $337 for the weekend, and the hotel's website was $333. So we even beat out their hotel's website. I can't tell you how many times I've gone and I've looked up a deal somewhere or used the Hopper app, and then I go to the airline or I go to the actual hotel site and book and try to get the best price there, but this is even less than that. So that's crazy. The amount of money that is saved for people like in travel sports and all those types of things is incredible, because we're always traveling, we're always going places, and it's great to be able to get the best deal you can. So what does this entail, right? Like how the heck are we part of this? What this is 65% off of hotels, resorts, condos, cruises, car rentals, easy booking platform. It's just like booking on those other places. It includes your taxes and fees, and there's no blackout dates. Every 12 months, you receive a free vacation voucher for $1,500 to $2,000, but I just showed you one that was $2,800. So it is a wide range of different places that you can go to all over the world. I'm going to show you a list of those here in just a few minutes of what that looks like, and it's all over the world. $65 a month as an associate or $75 a month as a customer. If you add this up over the year, it's like a vacation savings plan. So if you paid $65 a month and you never booked a single hotel, a single condo, a single car rental, a single cruise the whole year, you will have paid $780 and you will be gifted about a $2,000 vacation at the end of the year. I can't even think of anything more amazing than that. I can't. So you're just putting a little bits away. And I guarantee you there's so many people out there who are just throwing money away at subscriptions everywhere. Whether it's like iTunes subscriptions they got coming out the years, I don't even know what those are for, probably for my kids' phone storage, or I don't know what they are. I've got Paramount, Peacock, all these different things that I'm canceling, and it more than covers the cost of what my travel will be to get a whole extra vacation a year. So here's the details a little bit bigger. There is a one-time $99 activation fee, but if you stay in the system, you never have to repay that. That is amazing. So I was going to show you really quick, and it's going to take me a minute to pull it up, the different destinations that you can go to with that free voucher, and it is absolutely mind-blowing. So give me 1 second here, because I thought I had this up and I didn't. Okay, here we go. So I'm going to pull this up. I'm going to share my screen. I normally have this up ahead of time. There we go. Let me just make sure you guys can see this. Okay, so I know this is really tiny. I know you can't read it. I'm just putting it up so I can read some of the examples because I don't have them all memorized. So there's places in California, Arizona, Colorado, Florida, boatloads in Florida, everywhere in Florida that you could possibly imagine. Hawaii is in here. We've got tons of like skiing places. I mean, every single city on here. We've got Wisconsin Dells if you're a Wisconsin Dells fanatic, if you want to go there for a week, which I probably wouldn't want to be there for a week, but it's an option. Um, Asia is in here. India, Indonesia, the Maldives. That's definitely on my bucket list. The Philippines, Thailand, I definitely want to go there. The Bahamas, Australia, the Dominican, Costa Rica is in here. We've got England, Scotland. Um, oh my gosh, there's just tons. Hold on. Mexico, everywhere Mexico, Cancun, Cozumel, obviously. We've got Puerto Vallarta area and even Dubai. So there, I just ran through all these pages really quick. There's just boatloads of locations to use that voucher. So we are so incredibly stoked to be able to go all of these places that we thought would be a little more out of reach, but they are no longer out of reach. That is a place we will be traveling every year. Chad and I both have the travel plan because then we get double the vacations. So we'll spend about $1,500 a year. We'll get about $4,000 of vacations out of that every year. You can stack the vouchers and they don't expire for about 18 months. So if you get one and then, you could get another one. So you've got a year and a half to use it. So you could use double vouchers if you want to save to go somewhere really big. All right. Was there anything that I missed?
I don't think so.
I don't think so either. Why don't you guys shoot us some questions down below and we can totally answer these for you. But this is something that anybody can get, and we are really excited to be able to offer this to you guys. We've loved all things health and wellness, and we still do. And we have found that people who travel are healthier, they have less stress levels, less heart issues, and are happier in general with less depression because of just the anticipation of the vacation that's moving ahead. And Ternat has brought that all together because that is a pivotal part of people's lives. And we want to make sure that not only people they have the health and vitality that they want, they have the wealth that they need, and that they're traveling like everybody should be to see the world. So super cool. All right. Sounds good.
All right. Thank you.
See you guys later.
Thank you.